Today I'm going to show you how to use Wordle. I always go to it by going to Google first and typing in Wordle, and it's usually the first link on Google. There's a gallery in Wordle for you to check out in case you want some different examples. These are all just uploaded to the gallery. This is 0 minutes ago. But I use Wordle for vocabulary previews, vocabulary reviews, and this is an example for my students that are going to be creating a Wordle for a bully presentation. Basically, you can type in a bunch of text in this text box here, and if I type the word more than a few times, it will increase the size in my Wordle. And you can actually type it in a list, so if you wanted to add some words in a list, you can do that. It will still show up. So I'm typing in a couple of different words that relate to the bully presentation. And if I want a phrase to go in my Wordle, I'm going to put the words together. And I always tell my students to make the words capitalized. But if you put a space in between it, Wordle's going to think it's a separate word, so it's not going to keep it all together. So I'm going to type in a few more words for my presentation. As you can see, I'm typing a couple of words a few times because I want them to show up larger than some of the other words. Once you have your text that you want in your Wordle, click Go. And it's going to automatically generate a Wordle for you. And you can kind of play around with the layout, the color, the font size. So there's lots of different colors that you can choose from. Say I wanted milk paints. What you can do is also click down here where it says wild variation, lots of variation. You can play around with the layout. You can have it any which way or horizontal, so then everything's going to be horizontal. And as you can see, I type speak up and bullying and stop and horrible more than the other words, so that's why they're larger than the other words. I like the half and half layout. Mostly vertical is okay, but you can do a screenshot of that and you can always rotate it if you want to. But we're going to go with half and half for right now. And you can change the font size. I like the grilled cheese font size, or grilled cheese font. So basically, you can play around with the layout, the color, the font. If there's any thing you want to change for the language, if you want to remove numbers, make all words lowercase, make all words uppercase, there's a couple different things that you can do for removing words. I'm going to change the color here. I like that one. So we're going to keep this Wordle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it in a new window, and it's giving me the option to save it to a public gallery right here, or I can print it. If you click on randomize, it's going to change everything up, so I will show you what that looks like. If I click on randomize, it's just going to change up the font and the color. So it's kind of fun just to click on it and see what comes up. Ooh, I kind of like that one a little bit better. So I'm actually going to keep this one now. So I actually want to do a screenshot of this. Now if you're working on our school computers, you're going to push Control and Print Screen on the keyboard, but I'm working on my Mac right now, so I'm going to do Command-Shift-4 to do my print screen, or to do my screenshot. And this is showing up right here where the mouse is moving around, so I can draw a box around what I want to do a screenshot for, so I can save the image. And that screenshot just showed up here, so I'm going to double click on it so I can save this. So here's my screenshot of the Wordle that I just created. So we can take a look at that, and that's something that we can save. Now for my students that are working at the computer lab, we're actually, when they do the print screen, we're going to actually paste that into Microsoft Word. And so when we paste that into Microsoft Word, then we can save that as a JPEG file, and the students can use that for their blogs that they're creating for anti-bullying. So, but Wordle is just a fun tool for students to use. There's so many different ways that you can use it. Another idea is to, we used it this week for a vocab preview where I put the vocabulary words for our story about Paul Revere, and the students wrote a prediction based on the vocabulary words that I created in Wordle. So Wordle's a lot of fun to play around with, and the students find it to be a fun tool for words. So thank you for watching today.